So today we're working on Mia's nose, and surgically we don't want to recreate the wheel. This is really an example of where subtle finesse closed Scarless Rhinoplasty comes in perfect. A lot of people think a nose job is a nose job, but it's not. There are ways you can do it really minimal, even though more could be done. Because what's the point? Mia's already a gorgeous girl, recognized face, and we don't want to change or alter that. We just want to refine the things she's a little uncomfortable about. One being the bulbousness of the tip. She feels her tip's a little too round for her face. Number two, the side profile not being as smooth as she would like. But the overall size of the nose she has no problem with. But we don't want to change her ethnicity. Her Lebanese background is very important to her, and we want to keep and protect that. And by doing these subtle changes today, we'll be able to refine the tip, shave down the profile without any major or drastic change, and yet give her the softer appearing nose that she's always kind of wanted. And that's the goal for today's surgery. Subtle, finesse, closed Scarless Rhinoplasty.
So today's the big day.
It is the big day! I woke up more excited today than my wedding day.
You I think your wedding day will be a little bit more enjoyable for you, although I'm very excited for today.
Oh my god, I know. I'm more excited for today because that means I'll be less self-conscious with 75 people seeing my side profile at my wedding.
Yeah, that's a great point. We're going to finesse the nose a little bit like we talked about. Subtle changes to the tip, subtle changes to the profile, a little bit of narrowing, just making the entire nose a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And then when you wake up, you have a little cast in your nose. And that cast will stay in place for 7 days. And then I'll see you next week to take off the cast.
Oh my god, that's so fast.
Yeah, but it's going to be great. I'm really excited. I feel like the plan we picked is exactly what we should do now that I've kind of done it over and over.
Yeah, I have no questions because I feel like I'm in good hands. There's nothing I can ask that would, I don't know, do your magic.
Thank you so much, we will. So good, the girls are going to come in, we're going to start the process. Any last minute thoughts on that last thing?
No,
okay,
no, let's do this.
Good. Positive energy, I'm super excited. We're going to go get the room ready and we'll get started, okay?
Yay, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay. This is the last time we'll see my nose like this.
So we're beginning Miss Mia's surgery by cleaning the inside of her nose and injecting local anesthesia. This local anesthesia is in place to vasoconstrict the nose, so during the surgery there will be very little bleeding. Now we're making our internal intracartilaginous incisions inside the nose through our closed Scarless Rhinoplasty technique. This will allow us to access the lower lateral tip cartilages of the nose. The lower lateral tip cartilages of the nose are what form the tip of the nose. In Mia's case, she has a little bit of what's known as a bulbous nasal tip, and therefore we want to sculpt this just a touch. Now we're showing the removed pieces of cartilage on both sides of the nose. If you notice, we removed very little cartilage, and we moved more from one side in order to make the tip more symmetric. The reason we remove very little cartilage is to prevent any pinching in her nasal tip. Now we're taking a look at the dorsum of her nose, and we're skeletonizing the dorsum with our Metzenbaum scissors. We're skeletonizing it through our closed Scarless approach in order to dissect along the cartilage and bony dorsum profile in order to give us a view of what's making her nose so strong. Now we're going to shave small pieces of cartilage from her cartilage profile in order to soften the profile. And then we are now using a sharp maltz rasp inside the nose to soften the nasal profile from the bony aspect. By shaving down the bone and cartilage of the nasal profile, we're able to give Mia a softer, more feminine appearing profile from the side view of her nose for the rest of her life. Now we're assessing the profile and making sure that the final finesse looks exactly how we want it to for her post-operative results. As you see, the nasal bones have become a little wider through the surgery, so we want to narrow the bones to reconstruct the nasoseptal pyramid. Now we're seeing the nose after we've narrowed the bones through the osteotomies, and we're allowing her nose to become the smaller, more narrow version from top to bottom. Now we're going to close the incisions from the inside of the nose using our closed Scarless Rhinoplasty approach. We are closing all the incisions meticulously so there's never any telltale sign of her ever having surgery before. Now we are going to place tape on the nose firmly in order to tape down the nose to prevent any swelling. So on day 7, when the cast comes off, there should be little to no swelling and little to no bruising. Now we're tightly placing an aquaplast splint, otherwise known as the cast, over the nose to hold our work in place. So in 7 days, when we remove this thing, Mia looks phenomenal with little to no swelling and hopefully no bruising. So we just finished Mia's surgery. So all 20 million of you watching, cannot wait for you to check this out. Soften the profile just a touch, narrow the bones just a touch, and soften the tip just a touch. Came out so finesse and perfect in my opinion, because it still remains her character, yet the softer version. I'm so excited for her to see this, and for all of you too. 7 days, the cast is gonna come off. Keep watching.